Hey there, I've got 3 Roman shades with me today. They're all the same, they all have the same name, they're all from the same company, but they have 3 different types of battery packs, and the battery pack actually changes the way that you would pair them to a remote or to your smart home automation system. So the one that I'm going to start with today has a battery pack that looks like this. You'll notice there's 2 plugs on one end. You can have a look at that. And then there's a red and blue piece here on the other, and there's a little hanger for resting this on the back of the headrail. And the trick to pairing a Roman shade that has a battery like this actually comes from disconnecting and reconnecting the battery. That's what puts it into pairing mode. And then if you have smart home automation or you have a remote, you would then hit the pairing button on the back of the remote or the pair button inside the app for your smart home automation. Let me just quickly demonstrate how that works. So I'll go to an open channel on my remote, and then I'll get my plug lined up. I'm gonna just rest the plug right there. Now, when I push the plug in and provide power to the Roman shade, it's gonna make a beeping sound. Now I want to press the pair button as quick as I can when I plug the Roman shade in. If it's successful, the shade will jog and beep to let me know that I've done it correctly. So let's give it a shot and see if we can get it on the first try. If you don't get it on the first try, disconnect the battery, wait a couple seconds, and try again. I'm in position, and go. We got it the first try. So you could hear 3 beeps, and then also the shade jogged. That means that now your smart home automation system or your remote is paired and can operate the Roman shade. Let me move this one out of the way. Okay, the next system is similar, but looks just a little bit different. So now the power cord coming out at the top of the headrail here has a slightly different looking plug and a slightly different looking battery. This battery actually has a programming button on it. However, this is a redesign and did not yet have the programming button enabled. If you're not sure whether or not the programming button works on yours, all you have to do, plug the shade in, you'll hear a beep to let you know that it is connected to power, and then press and hold your programming button on the battery. Nothing. So this is one that we will have to do the same way by disconnecting and reconnecting the battery to the shade. So just like I did with the other, I'll get the plug lined up so it's just resting on there, and I'll get my remote and I'll set it on a open channel. And remember that these steps would be the same if you're doing this with smart home automation. The only difference is instead of pressing the pairing button physically on the back of the remote, you'd be pressing the pairing button in the app. Let's go ahead and give it a shot and see if I can get this one on the first try as well. I'm gonna just line it up here. Make sure you can see that. And go. Looks like I got that one on the first try too. You'll notice that I actually pressed the C button a couple times, and that's okay. I didn't get it on the first try, so I pressed it 2-3 times, and on the third time, it actually responded, jogged, and beeped, letting me know that I was successful. And that's fantastic. At this point, this shade is now paired, and I can operate it either with my remote or with my smart home automation system. Let me get the next one. Now for the newest and easiest version of pairing with this battery. How do you know that you have this battery? Well, if you press and hold on the pairing button that's right there next to the power port, you'll get a reaction from the shade. It'll start beeping for an extended period of time, about 5 to 6 seconds, and that 5 to 6 seconds is when you can pair your smart home automation or your remote. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that for you. And you'll notice with this one, I don't have to reconnect, disconnect anything. I can do all the pairing right from this button, my remote, or my smart home automation. Let's get started. We'll go ahead, start the pairing, pressing and holding here. We're good to go. Now I grab my remote, press C, and it's good to go. This shade has now been added to your smart home automation or your remote. I know that was a lot of beeping, button pushing, and battery disconnecting, but I hope that your shade paired easily and is up in your window now. Good luck.